Evening all. Yeah, I thought I'd do a pickups video. I can't remember how long ago my last one was. It's probably not quite a month, but anyway. Back to sweaty cam. I've changed. I've got rid of. There was a lampshade. That's how it used to look because it had a lampshade over it. The light there. So I took the lampshade away. Now I'm extra sweaty. Sweater. Yeah, that's the Adjustment Bureau. Yeah, great film. Adjustment Bureau. So I've got a bit of a husk. I thought I'd better, I thought I'd better have a drink. Yeah, this video's sort of been done in bits. I've already recorded one part because that came with a package that I got. I was really excited, and it was a bit sort of 50-50 whether I was going to get what I was hoping to get. So I've already recorded that. I'll put that at the end. That's already 12 minutes, so it might end up being a really long video because, well, knowing me anyway. But however long this section lasts, it's going to be another 12 minutes on top of that. And I've also got something else in the post. Two things actually. Two things. Another thing I purchased, which should be on its way, and something else I purchased from eBay, which today. So that won't be on its way because today's Sunday. So I might record. I don't know. I might record them. If and as when, is that the right term? As when, if and when. But yeah. Either way, this is going to probably be a long one. It's not. There's not that much. Not that much stuff. But I don't know. I've just got a feeling in my bones. I mean, if I'm honest, I had a bit to talk about anyway. I mean, certain like for instance, I went to Walthamstow. I went into Awesome Games, the game shop, the indie game shop that I mentioned just after Christmas. That had a load of really good stuff. The one that had a repro of Earthbound. I went in there. I always go in there and I always go straight to his retro cabinet where the Earthbound was. It's still there. And while I was there, I became aware of like he was sort of talking to someone. He's going, "Oh mate, oh mate," and I was like, didn't really I didn't really think he was talking to me. It turns out he was talking to me because going back a few weeks, somebody left a comment on that video talking about. He was like, "Oh, if you like Awesome Games that much, you'll love was it something down in Tooting?" So okay, and whoever it was posted the whole address, and I just said to him, "Oh, you don't work for them by any chance, do you?" It turns out he must have done because whoever this guy was who left the comment, I think he used to work for the Awesome Games, and he told his boss, and his boss had obviously watched my video, and he recognised me. And when I came into the shop, and it took me a while to work out he was actually talking to me. And he goes, "Yeah, oh, sorry, mate, I was talking to you. You look like you were in the zone for a moment." But no, it was nice. It was a bit weird. Didn't really expect it. But then also on top of that, I was thinking, shit, did I slag it off? Hope I didn't slag off his shop. But I'm pretty positive I didn't slag off his shop because he was pretty friendly. But then he had to close up for lunch, so booted us all out anyway. But no, I'll go back there, no doubt, have a proper look around. But yeah, so that was a weird one. What else has happened? Oh yeah, I saw I found a few good things. Most of this stuff's sort of mostly for CX Online. It doesn't really count. But what did I say? I saw 15 sealed copies. 15 sealed copies of finished SingStar in a charity shop. So if anybody needs a copy of finished SingStar, let me know because they're only 50p each. I can, I know a man who knows a man who can get you some. I can get you some. 50p. Weird. I wonder where they all come from. Yeah, I'm just getting to the pickups. Like I said, I've found a few good things, nothing really mind blowing. I thought I'd found something really good, but it was in a charity shop. Um, I don't think I've ever found anything in there in the past, but I went in there and I could see from the door there's some good stuff. So I thought, and went over, and it was, what did they have? I can't remember exactly what they had. They had, the only thing I can remember was sort of a box set of what was it? Blaz Blue. I've written it down. Calamity Trigger. It was like I was thinking, I think they only wanted £2 for it, but it was PS3 and I got PS3. And I was thinking that might be worth buying to trade on something. But then I left it. And it turns out it's not worth anything at all. But they had a few other good things. So it was. I didn't buy anything, but it was a worthwhile shop anyway. But then, just before I was about to leave, I saw what looked like a DS case underneath the CD. So I was just checking it out. 9 times out of 10, you see a DS case in a charity shop, it's going to be brain training. So I lifted up the CD and I thought, shit. It was only a copy of Chrono Trigger. I've got it, so obviously it was £1.50 as well. It wasn't in the best nick. It looked like it had some mystery substance on it. Not that it looked a bit shitty, put it that way. It might have been curry sauce, but the only way to tell would have been to put my nose right up close to it, and I'm not in the habit of sniffing things that look a bit shitty, just to make sure. But no. Take a wild guess why I haven't got it with me now. Bearing in mind, it's a copy of Chrono Trigger in a charity shop. Take a wild guess, yeah. Yeah, you're right. It didn't have the cart, did it? Of course. It would have only been trading for probably trading to Computer Exchange, if I'm honest. Although I think it actually might have cleaned up pretty well. I could have sort of got off the shitty stroke curry sauce type stuff. If I'd give it a good scrub. I don't think it was really on the actual artwork, so I think it would have been okay. But there's no cart anyway. Which makes me thinking, actually, I think, because I mentioned a few things in my last video, or no, the tag video I did about the sorry, need a drink. The tag video I did about infected finches can't take it with you tag. I was talking about seeing a copy of Mario Advance 2 for £10 in a charity shop, and it just sort of it's made me think, like, the fact that things get donated, people seem to have that idea is really important. The fact that they get stuff for free, and it's almost a reason to criticise them. Almost, it's if you look at charity shops in one way, quite often people will quote the idea, "Oh, they get it for free," as if it's justification for whatever. But they're charity shops. I mean, this particular one, it's North London Hospice, and hospice charities. What are hospices? They're where people go to die. You can't really begrudge them one or £2 extra, but it just made me think, the fact that someone had nicked this cart. I think, are people more likely? I think they probably are. I mean, it's probably just a soft touch, isn't it? But I mean, are people more likely to, sort of your sort of moral compass sort of dips slightly because it's a charity shop, because things they get them for free. It's almost not. I'm not saying it's okay. It's almost, some people say almost okay to to sort of palm something. Just to. Does that make sense? As if it's almost acceptable to do that. I don't know, but I mean, you hear things in the past. I know there are sort of collectors out there who are missing a certain element to a certain game. They see something in a charity shop, and they're just sort of maybe a map to something like a San Andreas. I've heard of that quite regularly. I was wondering whether or not the idea of the free donations that charity shops have, does that make it okay? Not okay, but does that mean it sort of tweaks people's moral compass? I don't know, because it didn't surprise me that there was no cart. If all honesty, it did surprise me. It was gutting, but it didn't surprise me. But yeah, right. I'm just getting to the games. So on top of the 12 minutes, it's another 11. So it's already going to be 23 minutes long. This video. I've not even got to the games. Yeah, like they said, this video is going to be bitty. I mean, I didn't know whether to do it now. I'm waiting, although I don't think it's actually going to come. I'm waiting for another copy of Stubbs the Zombie from That's Entertainment, because I saw one and I thought, bloody hell. I remember I sort of knackered. I didn't knacker. I think I showed you. Did I show you it? Yeah. I didn't probably knacker it, but it's just I sort of did a tiny little tear on my manual, and it was totally my fault. And I saw another copy, and I thought, brilliant. This is an opportunity to put that right, But at the same time, if what I should have done, what actually happened, I let my annoying attention to detail obsessiveness get the better of me, and I should have just ground past it, and like stuck two fingers up to it. But no, I let it get the better of me. I thought, £2, because it was £2 for a copy of Stubbs Zombie. That's another opportunity. It's an opportunity to get a proper shiny spanking copy, and one that doesn't have a tiny little rip on the manual. But so far, I ordered it on the 27th. They said it dispatched on the 28th, and it ain't turned up yet. So I messaged them. They said, we can assure you it's been dispatched. Apologies if it hasn't turned up yet. It's down to the carrier dispatch. I don't know, whatever. They said, but obviously we can't let you go without your game, so we'll just refund you. So they've refunded me. So it might well still turn up, and which obviously I feel guilty about if it does turn up and they've refunded me. But no, the other reason was actually for buying it was because when I bought the other one, I mentioned that I traded in my old copy, which had no manual and had a scratch disc, traded into CX, and some people mentioned if I still had it because they would like it. So obviously that one wasn't good enough for trading moving on, giving to someone. So I thought that was an opportunity when I saw this new one in That's Entertainment. Opportunity to maybe move on a decent copy to someone. I thought kill two birds with one stone, get a good manual, and be able to give someone a decent copy. But obviously, as it is, that ain't turned up. If it does, I'll let people know. But right, stuff. Onto the stuff. First bit of stuff. I've got myself a tri-wing screwdriver. After was it my last pickups video? I had a copy of a couple of GBA games. I wasn't sure if one of them was legit. This cost me 99p from eBay. No postage, just straight up 99p, and it works. Does the job. Didn't come from China. Came from the UK somewhere. Does the job perfectly, and it's magnetised, so it's magnetic. So pretty good. Can't complain. So ever since I've had this, I've been a GBA game opening maniac, and every single one of my GBA games has been opened up and looked at. Turns out that copy of Pokemon Leaf Green, I think it's legit. It looks legit. I wasn't expecting it, but it does to me look legit, even though the label's all askew. I've looked at my others, and they all look legit as well. So now I've got a copy of Minish Cap that I can swap over the front cover, because my old one with the game saves is a bit sun faded. But so yeah, 99p should be a seller. It sells these. They're really good. Got a little I think they're called Tri-Wing. You can open up your GBA games. I think you can open up DSs with it, stuff like that. But Yeah, 99p. Quite pleased with that. Right, just a CD. Queens of Stone Age. The only CD I've got, Queens of Stone Age. Look, MVC sticker. Who used to go to MVC? I did when I was at university. $11.99. What happened to MVC? They went out of business. Queens of Stone Age, probably the rockiest music that, band that I like. Not massively into really rocky music, but I love this bunch. Properly loud music. If you ever go and see them live, not that I have, but I just imagine they are. But I remember Mark and Lard talking about it when the Queens of Stone Age were doing the live lounge or something. That Mark and Lard had them in, and they were talking about how, I think, what song is it? It's No One Knows. Brilliant song. Starts off all soft and then kicks in, and they were talking about how it's all nice and delicate because Josh Homme, it's got this sort of really angelic voice, but then the chorus kicks in and there's like these really proper sort of heavy, crunchy guitars, and I remember Mark and Lard talking about it. But brilliant, really good album actually. Josh Homme, he was on Toast of London, the last episode of the last series of Toast of London, which made the whole thing even cooler. Toast of London, you should watch it, it's really good, it's really funny. Bit weird, but 4 DVDs. First 2 came in a branch of British Heart Foundation. Probably, it won't be everyone's cup of tea, but I like this sort of thing. By a guy called Noah Baumbach, Squid and the Whale. It's got Jesse Eisenberg, Jeff Daniels, don't know the other two. Oh, and who's that? Laura Linney, is that her name? I can't remember the plot of this is. It's something like Family Strife sort of thing, but comedy. Especially really good. By the same guy who made one of my favourite films, which is Greenberg. And the other one to go with it, which I've never seen, but Jeff Who Lives at Home. I can't even remember the plot of this either, but this was on my Amazon wish list. So I saw it for 99p in a charity shop. I thought, So those two, yeah, why not? And this one, I think I got the weekend. Bit of a left field one. Harold and Maude. Just spat on the screen. Harold and Maude. This is going to be a long video. Shit. Bit of a weird one. The kid, him there. He's actually older than he looks. He's this young man, from a rich family, but suicidal, wants to kill himself but can't, and he meets this old woman who's has this sort of magnetic lust for life, and they almost have. It's sort of like actually, I've not seen it, but I've heard people mention it as a love affair, but whether or not it's in a platonic sense, I don't know. But obviously, she's old and he's young, and but it's supposed to be really good, and it's got a soundtrack by Cat Stevens. You might know the song which was written for this. If you want to sing out, I'm not going to sing it, but Google or search for Cat Stevens, If You Want to Sing Out, I think it's called. But a bit of a left field. Where's it from? 1970. Can't see where the date is. It's 1971, yeah, 71. So. By Hal Ashby. Bud Cort. He was Brewster McLeod. Is it Brewster McLeod? Last DVDs for $3.99. The box set of the first 3 series of Breaking Bad. I've got the first 2. Actually, I've got the first 3. But the downside is my 3rd disc on the 3rd series won't go beyond halfway through episode 8. So I've had that for a couple of years. I've never been able to watch episode 8. I first started watching Breaking Bad when it was on telly. No one else watched it. When it was on 5 Star or 5 USA or something. No one watched it. And I used to tell people, watch Breaking Bad, it's bloody brilliant. But since then, everybody's watched it, and I've been stuck on halfway through episode 9 of series 3. So now I can watch it. I've traded in my other episodes 1 and 2, and now I've still got a Duff episode of the Duff series 3 because one of the discs is knacked. It's not even anything. It's some manufacturing process thing. I don't know what it is. It's sort of got scorch marks on it. You know, I don't think it would even work if it went through disc resurfacer. But it's like a weird sort of burn, sort of smoky effect. It's really odd. Oh, Jesus, this is a long video. I won't add bits to this, otherwise it'll be a proper marathon. I'll try and go through these quick. From a charity shop, a car meat was £3. They'd marked it down to 2. I bought this because I couldn't remember how good my copy was, and this is in really nice nick. And it's a great game anyway, and for £2. Not actually that expensive anymore. Used to be more expensive, but I thought I'd get this because, like I said, I don't know how good my copy was. Turns out my copy's pretty good. Just got a bit of a sticker on the case. So now I've got 2 good copies. So if anybody needs this or wants this, let me know. I might swap over, work out which bit's are best, so you can have a slightly less good copy. Then, I'll take all the good stuff, obviously, because it's mine, and everyone else can have the dregs. Well, they're not really dregs because they're both good. So that was, yeah. From a cash converters, always wanted to play this. Mirror's Edge. Cost a pound. I remember you could get this for like £1 everywhere. It was dirt cheap because the price went right down. Ever since it's gone up slightly, so it's about sort of £4 or £5. But because I'd seen it at £1, that's how it works with me. The cheapest I ever see something is the most I'm prepared to pay. I'm never prepared to pay more than that, which, it's a bit like shooting myself in the foot, because in the past I've seen certain games that are now really expensive for cheaper and not bought them when I should have done. Like a copy of Mega Man 8 for, I think it was £37. Might have even been 27. It's something 7. Might have even been 17. But I didn't nab it. Should have done. But so obviously I was only ever willing to pay £1 for Mirror's Edge. Is the new one? Is there going to be a sequel? Don't know. But it looks good. Just never played it. 2 charity shop purchases. I went into charity. It's a weird charity shop because it closes on Saturdays, and sometimes it's got weird opening times. Sometimes you go there when they should be open and not, they're closed. But it is a weird charity shop. They sell things like lots of tuxedos and things. Really nicely ironed and cleaned dress shirts and ball gowns. But they also have CDs and video games as well, and DVDs and stuff. These 2 PSP games. Which one am I going to get first? Sorry. Warhammer 40,000 Squad Command. Sounds like sort of Laser Squad, that sort of XCOM type game, but with control issues and camera issues. So there was no prices on these. Everything else is priced. So I took them to the counter and said, "Excuse me, how much are these?" And she said, £1. I went, "Yeah, I'll have them." I said, she wouldn't take my card, so I had to go and get some money out. So I ran to and from the machine back, and yeah, these were £1 each. So Squad Command, Warhammer 40,000. There's a DS version. This is supposed to be the better version. The DS version, this is only about sort of 55%, 60% game. Probably good for Warhammer fans and fans of sort of tactical turn-based squad shooters, that sort of thing. But this is supposed to be the better version, better than the DS version, which is supposed to be the poorer cousin, and probably the better of the 2 games. Space Invaders Extreme is mental. This game. I remember Ninja Bear doing a gameplay video. This looked brilliant. But I can remember reading reviews years ago saying how good it was. It's proper like a reimagining of a proper reimagining. Faithful reimagining of a classic series, but reimagined for the new age, not hippies, for the new era, but with a respectful eye on the past, so to speak. Space Invaders Extreme, and I think there's a Space Invaders Extreme 2 on the DS. and a version of this on DS as well. But, you know, not long now, only 5 to go. 5, fucking hell. This was a random purchase in a computer exchange, which I don't often do. Usually I'll buy something from a computer exchange because I've seen it on their stock list, and I'll go down to a specific place because I know what they've got, and if they've still got it and it's good enough, then I'll buy it. This instance, it was a bit of a impulse buy, even though it was a game I was aware of, and I knew they had it for cheap. It's called Driven to Destruction. It's not an expensive game, but it'll cost you more if you want to buy it on eBay. It will cost you more than £3. It's probably sort of not quite £10, maybe sort of 6, 7, 8 roundabout. But yeah, it looks. I don't know why it's worth that much, but it is. Looks decent fun, and I'm hoping it's like Destruction Derby 2, but sort of cleaned up and tightened up. But, you know, and I think it's got a decent sort of cult following. I don't think the critical reception was that good, but it's got a decent cult following. It's probably a reason why it's not dirt cheap like you'd imagine. And it's got a proper like metally soundtrack. I think that's maybe why people like it. I think there's lots of bands on it. Like I think that's one of the major selling points is its soundtrack. This one was just another. Actually, this was another impulse buy, although it was on my list. I saw it for. I knew Computer Exchange did it for cheap. It's Lost Magic. It's an RPG, and it's only £2. I think it's real-time combat, but you have to like draw out symbols to initiate magic, I think, using the stylus. But it's decent reception, critical reception. It's only £2. So yeah, so it's a DS RPG, and I'm pretty much interested in all of them. Some maybe not so, but that one it was on my list. These next two, there's only 3 more to go, thankfully. Next two I've been after for a long time. The credit that I've accrued for my copy of Twilight Princess that I've been looking out for, which I've mentioned in the past. Still haven't found a copy, but I'm keeping an eye out. The credit, I've built up more than I need, and it's sort of burning a hole in my pocket, so I thought I might as well use it on something else in the meantime while I'm waiting, because if I don't use a little bit of it, I'm liable to blow it on something else and won't be able to afford my copy of Twilight Princess. So I think some of the credit that came from my old copies of Breaking Bad 1 and 2 went towards these. First one is Final Fantasy 4 Heroes of the Light. Looks really nice. It's sort of super deformed characters, really cartoony, but love the look of the artwork. I don't know why this wasn't on my list, but for some reason I'd left it off my list. But the reviews are good. I can remember when I wrote up my DS list, I went through all the reviews, and the reviews of this were good. For some reason I left it off the list, but it's a traditional turn-based RPG. £15 round about the money, I think, on eBay. Obviously using eBay as like a price index. This one, bit of a no-brainer. Although again, this one's probably round about the money. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. It's like a Mario Luigi RPG. I think there's another one. It's Bowser's Inside Story. I've forgotten which one was first. But they're both supposed to be really good. And I think this one's slightly less common, this one. But not difficult to get hold of, but slightly less common. So when I saw it, I thought I'd sort of use up some of my credit. So I've not actually spent that much money on any of this. It's a decent pile, but none of it's cost me more than £3 or £4. So, I've not actually spent that much money, and some of it was just credit. Oh, Jesus. Last thing, this is a purchase. I should have saved it, but I was impatient. There's a purchase from That's Entertainment that I ordered at the same time that I got Stubbs the Zombie. This one turned up a couple of days, 2 or 3 days ago. Still, like I said, still waiting for Stubbs the Zombie. It's a weird thing about That's Entertainment pricing. Very strange. This was a gamble, and actually the video I'm going to add on to the end of this, that was a gamble as well. You'll see that. This one was a gamble. It actually, I'd been always check on their search engine for certain games, and just on the off chance, because they actually have a good selection and they get random things as well, so it's always worth checking. And I put this certain game into the search engine, and there's a PS2 version, but didn't want that. Didn't want the PS2 version. I wanted the Xbox version, so I just kept checking every so often. And one day it turned up $1.99. Was it $1.99? Was it $3.99? Might have been a bit more. Might have been $3.99 actually. I can't remember. But either way, it was worth it. It was either $1.99 or $3.99. Put it that way. And I thought that's worth. Actually, I think it was $1.99 because it was worth. I remember thinking that's worth a punt, because it was a punt, because the actual they had a picture, but it was, again, like everything, it's a stock image. But it was a stock image of the American version. Had a little M, I think a little M in the corner or something for mature. So I thought it's worth a gamble, because I checked all of the Google images of covers for this particular game. Not one of them had the PAL version, so that's a good sign. That's worth a gamble then, even though it wasn't that much. So it's worth a gamble, worth a shot. So in this particular one, the PAL version is quite difficult to get hold of and can cost you sort of like over £20. Maybe sort of £12 on a good day, but regularly over £20. So it's worth a gamble for £2. Let's say it's £2. And I should have kept it back and opened it on screen, but I was impatient. It's Jaws Unleashed on the Xbox, and this is proper brand Harry Spankers. Look, nice and shiny, and everything inside. It's just and it's a UK copy, UK PAL copy. So I've got lucky with That's Entertainment. So not supposed to be the best game. It's quite collectible because it's a bit of a novelty, and it's supposed to be slightly dodgy controls, but sort of worthwhile, because you can have a certain amount of fun eating people, because you go around fighting killer whales and things, and squids, and eating swimmers, and attacking speedboats, which sounds brilliant. So it's not a bad little pile, that. I think that one's obviously the PS2 version is collectible. I did actually used to have the PS2 version, but traded it in because I needed the credit a couple of years ago. And then obviously, when it comes to multi-format games, I always want to get the Xbox version. For that generation anyway. So shit. So an extra 12 minutes. That's going to be 45, nearly 46 minutes. Bollocks, long video. So I'll let you go now, and see you in a couple of seconds with what I shot last week. My beard would have grown, and I'm wearing a hat. So you'll see that in literally a couple of seconds. See you later. Right, we're back with daytime. What's that called? Daytime crack. Daytime crack addict cam. Yeah, it's daytime. It's the first daytime video I've done in ages, but I just got pissed off with setting up those bloody lights. And also, I've got a package that came through today, and I really want to open it, but I'm not quite ready to do a pickups video. It's just this package is nothing major, but it's just I want to open it, and it's sort of represented a bit of a gamble. It could go my way, but then chances are I probably won't. I've sort of looked at the odds, and it's probably about 80% against working out exactly as I would like it to. But yeah, basically, bought something from That's Entertainment. I always look at certain games because the way they work. They literally, I think they literally take anything. They take Japanese games and sort of American games, and normally it says what they are, exactly what they are, and so it's sort of interesting because you can get imports on it, even though it's just sort of generally random crap. But you have to sort of sift through. But so it's worth sort of checking every day, and I always check it for certain games that just on the off chance. It takes literally a couple of seconds to check, just on the off chance. Never expect anything, but every so often something turns up, like Dragon Quest. That Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. Never expected it to turn up, and then it did for £2. And so I've got it's quite easy because sort of the it always remembers your remembers your little searches. So you just have to enter the odd letter and it'll remember it, and you go, oh, great. And so there's a few games that I always search for, just on the off chance, like I said, never expect anything. But on a couple of occasions, they showed up results. I thought, brilliant. But then both occasions, the prices weren't right. The prices were wrong. I mean, their whole pricing system is a bit dodgy. I don't really understand it because it's no longer the uniform $1.99, $2.99 for original Xbox, PS2, PSP games. It's no longer that. It's just random, and I don't really understand it. But it's worth checking anyway because it is still random. It's still really random. There's not much. Doesn't seem to be very systematic the way they price things. So it's worth checking because sometimes there are things that are worth it. And these couple of games, I think one of them was $18.99, which probably represented a bit better value than the other one, but it was still a gamble and there was no picture. And the other one was $17.99, and although it's a PS2 game and the price has been going up in sort of recent years, but it's still not worth $17.39. So, especially from, because it's always going to be a gamble from That's Entertainment, because it's obviously just how they work, isn't it? But again, I was just sort of checking on the off chance to see if it had been bought again, and for some reason it was which one was it? It was the 1739 game. It had come right down to $3.29. So, shit, I'm going to have that. That's worth a gamble. So I sort of put in my details, sort of processed it, went through checkout and bought it. And I thought, just on the off chance, I wonder if anything else has come down. So the first game I checked was this other game, and that had come down from $18.39 to $1.99. I thought, bloody hell. This one, there was no picture. Not that it really means much with That's Entertainment, because they're only stock photos or stock pictures. But I thought, that's worth a gamble. And the other one, the second one, that one, is the one that I'm probably 80% sure that I won't be able to use it. But I thought it was worth a gamble at $1.99. It's just I don't really understand how their prices work because, like for instance, I just randomly checking certain games. Like again, I bought Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier. That is like the last Jak and Daxter game on the PS2. It's quite an expensive game if you buy it on eBay, and I just randomly I bought it a few months ago for $1.99. Randomly checked it again on That's Entertainment, and they had a copy for $1.99. I thought, wow, another one for $1.99. I was getting all ready to. I was going to mention it. I don't know how. I probably wouldn't have been able to mention it. In time for someone to be able to react. Nab it. But I was trying to work out how I could, sort of make people aware. Even though again, there was no photo for that one. But then I went back in. I think I checked the next day, and it'd gone up to $31.99. How does that work? I don't really understand, but. That's how their pricing system goes now. They've gotten rid of the uniform $1.99, $2.99. Now it's just all over the place. But who knows? But yeah. So here's my parcel. I ordered these two. I ordered them separately. They came like this, which gives away the fact there's somebody behind the scenes working. Using a bit of common sense. I suppose they're going to save themselves money, really, aren't they? If they put them all in one, but. Yeah, like I said, I don't know which one's going to come out first. Like I said, one of these, I'm 80% sure I won't be able to use it, but it was worth a gamble because it's an Xbox game. It's a bitch to get hold of. They rarely pop up on eBay, especially for a good price. But then this was $1.99. But I'm not even sure it got a proper power release. It might have got a continental power release. I'm not even sure it got a UK power release. So I'm pretty much 80% sure I won't be able to use it. So then it'll have to be sort of punted on to whoever has got a modded Xbox, because I haven't. But yeah, the other one's a PS2 game. So the other one's a PS2 game. It's pretty easy to get hold of if you went to pay the money, but I wasn't, and the price had gone up. So I'm going to cut open my parcel. Oh, the Xbox game's at the top, so I was hoping it was the other way around because that's sort of the biggest gamble. But because I mean, people have used That's Entertainment before and know how they work because they don't tend to differentiate between US and PAL or NTSC and PAL Xbox games. They might tell you if it's Japanese. Oh yes, it's PAL. Fucking hell. And it's in English. Shit. Oh shit! And I've got this. Wow, I got lucky. How lucky did I get? Disc is a good 9 out of 10. Shit, how lucky did I get? I'll show you. I got really lucky. It's Turtles Mutant Nightmare 3. This rarely comes up on eBay, but I've got properly lucky. The game itself, I don't think it's much cop, but this is worth having for the there it is. Yeah. Unlock Turtles in Time. I think you go through it's 4 stories, 4 sections, 4 episodes, I think. And once you go through the first episode, then you already unlocked Turtles in Time. But this is properly tough to get hold of, this one. And this was 1839. No picture, but 1839. I thought that's too much of a gamble, especially being That's Entertainment. But when I checked it came down to $1.99. There was no, the gamble was it was a no-brainer. So I had to take the punt, and it paid off. I mean, I've up until I checked this one. To this point, I've got a sort of 100% lucky record from That's Entertainment because they've all been exactly spot on, really jammy. And this is another one. I had a chance to buy the second one of this actually. There's the Turtles 2. What is it? Battle Nexus. There was one on eBay for a really good price, $10.95. I was thinking, I've got a bit of PayPal money. I was thinking, should I buy it? Because I've got the GameCube version. I was thinking I could buy the Xbox version, which is the one I really wanted, and then sell on the GameCube version. But I paused, and then the seller put the price up to $11.95, or put the price up by £1. I thought, what are you doing? That really annoyed me. So I wasn't going to pay it because it had gone up £1. But then I was sort of checking back, and then they put it back down by £2. So they're trying sort of supermarket pricing policies where they try and lure you into this sort of sense that you're getting a bigger discount than you actually are. Because I'd already seen it as $10.95, and some bastard went and bought it before I could buy it at the lower price. Well, I probably wasn't going to buy it just out of a matter of principle, but yeah. Yeah, got properly lucky this one. So it's Turtles Mutant Nightmare 3. And this one's a game I very need wanting CX. This is sort of they don't often pop up in CX. I think there might be 1 or 2 on the site at the moment. Oh, I see it's in English, but yeah, I saw one in CX and decided not to use my credit, and then there aren't any left now. And this is a game that used to be £10 in CX. It's now, I think it's 8 or 12. It might be £12 on CX, and the eBay price has gone up accordingly as well. eBay price, it used to be about £5. It's now sort of 12, 15, maybe 18 quid. Regularly you see them go for that much. Between 12 and 18, I'd say. But, oh shit, I thought I'd lost the disc, but it's just sitting loose. Yeah, that'll do me. I've got lucky. So I don't want to encourage too many people to keep checking that's entertainment, but in this instance, I've been properly jammy twice. The second one is War of the Monsters. This game's, don't know, it used to be, you used to be able to get it for about £5-6 on eBay. CX and eBay prices have gone up, but yeah, two no-brainers. This one was £3.29, which, you know, obviously if eBay prices are £12 and up, then it's a no-brainer. And this one was £1.99, and I don't know what the eBay price is because I rarely see them sold. So got properly jammy. There you go. This was going to be just a little addition, so that's going to make this my next pickups video, the one you've probably already watched the main bulk of. It's going to be properly long now because this is nearly 12 minutes. What an idiot! But at least I won't. At least, you know, you got to see the hat. I'm a lucky chap. Just wow, probably jammy. But thanks to That's Entertainment. Well, I don't know why I'm thanking them, but they got their money. But yeah, keep checking it, because you know if there's prices that are too high, and maybe they might come down, because this is what happened with these two. So yeah, thanks for watching, and keep looking out for other video. Thanks for watching. See you later.